Here we go. Number 23. This is from the review worksheet thing. Alright, so what do we got? Y equals 3x minus 1 and 3x minus 11. I'll try to go through a little quicker than I've been doing lately. I'll try. Alright, let's do this in red. Let's graph both of these. So negative 1 right there. Put a negative 1 right there. And slope is 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Run 1 about right there. And then we'll connect them about like that. Looks good enough, right? Yeah. Alright, the next one, I'll copy and paste this. The next one's negative 11. I'm not going to count down. Let's just say it's down here somewhere. Would you agree?
Yes, I do.
It's pretty far. So let's grab this line and then let's put it here. They're parallel, right? That's why I can copy and paste it, because it's the same slope and all that kind of thing. Alright, so there we go. Let's go to a different color. And what we want to do is we want to find the distance between these two parallel lines. So you could either start from this point or this point, doesn't matter. Let's start from this point right here. Alright. Tell you what, let's scooch it over just a little bit. Actually, put my little dot, scooch that over. Boom, boom, boom. Did that do it? No. Oh, goodness. I'm taking too long. Who cares? It's fine. It's fine. Right there. Let's go to green. Alright, sorry. Alright, here we go. What we're going to do is find the distance, that little tiny distance right there. I know, I made it kind of small. I wanted to leave myself some room to, it's a weird looking right angle box. That looks better. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to find the distance, that little tiny green line right there. So what we're going to do is let's put some things in that we know. What do we know? Sure, we know plenty. We know this point right there. What's that point right there? 0, negative 1. And what's this point right here? That's right, we don't know it, so we write xy. And so the bulk of our work is going to be to solve for x and y. You got it? So what we're going to do, see the point right here that we don't know? What lines form that point? This red line right here, y equals 3x minus 11, correct? So y equals 3x minus 11. And this little tiny line. I can find the equation of that little tiny line. Actually, I can do it pretty easy. So let's find the slope of that little perpendicular green line right there. Well, what's the slope of this line right here? It's 3. So what's the slope of that perpendicular line? Negative 1/3. So y equals negative 1/3 x, right? And then the y-intercept. I can just look at this. What's the y-intercept of that little tiny green line? It's a negative 1. So I can just put minus 1. So I've got the equation of both of these lines. What I want to do, though, is I want to find the point that both of those lines have in common. And I do that by solving for x and y with these two equations. They're both equal to y, so what can I do to both of them? Set them equal to each other. And now we just solve for x. Add a 1/3 to both sides, a 1/3 x. Add a 1/3 x. Add an 11. Alright, let's see what we get. What can I change 3 into to add to a third? How about 9/3, right? 9/3 plus 1/3 is 10/3. X, right? That cancel. That cancel. What do I get here? 10. Get rid of the 10 over 3. Whoops. They are nice to us. So we make that 3 over 10. They did rig these, don't you agree? X equals 3. And it's nice. I love it when they rig them, don't you? Make it nice numbers. Okay, so x is equal to 3. Now we solve for y. You could put it into this equation or this one. It doesn't make any difference. Which one do you want to pick? First one or the second one? Second one, you said?
Yeah, second one.
All right, let's put in the second one. Most people would choose probably this one, but let's choose this one. It's really not that hard, though, because watch, it's a third, so look what happens. All right? Actually, this works out kind of nice and easy. What is that? That works out to be a negative 1, and that's a minus 1, so what is y? It's negative 2. Or you could have put it into here. 3 times 3 is 9 minus 11 is negative 2. Do you understand? It doesn't matter which one you put it back into, which is nice. So what did we just do right there? We did a lot of work just to find this ordered pair. And this ordered pair now is what? 3, negative 2. And what's the whole deal? We want to find the distance between the 2 points. So let's just rewrite them again. You don't have to write this out, but I'm going to. And now you just find the distance between those two.
Finally get how to do it.
All right.
I know, like my light bulb thing.
I know, right? It's just like
Sure. Probably could. All right, so watch. What is this? 3 minus 0, right? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay. So 3 minus 0. And then watch. It doesn't matter what order you subtract these in. -1 minus a -2, which is the same as -1 what? Plus 2, which is 1. 3 squared is 9 plus 1 squared. So what is that? Square root of 10, and you're done.
got it now.
Simple as that.
Damn.
Let's please get this right, okay, on the quiz tomorrow. We've gone over this so many times, all right? Don't make all this work that I've done in vain, okay? Let's learn it. Please, let's learn it. All right. Yeah, if you graph it and see what's going on, you're doing the same steps every time, aren't you? All right. I've done these a lot now on the YouTube, so you can watch it. All right, 17. X-intercept is -5, and the y-intercept is 2. I think we've done one of these once. I think somebody asked about this when we did the homeworks. Does anybody remember doing this? It was pretty easy. Watch, I'll show you. Look, you don't really have to graph this, but I'm just going to do it just to kind of give you an idea of what you're trying to do. Watch, the x-intercept is -5. That means the line crosses the x-axis at -5 right there. Everybody see that? What's the ordered pair then at that point? Is it 0, -5? It's -5, 0. Right. That point right there is -5, 0, isn't it? The y-intercept is 2. So what's the ordered pair there? Now that's 0, 2, right? Okay, and again, if you have a basic understanding of what's going on, you don't really have to graph it, but for some of us, it's nice to see it. Yeah, it's nice to see what's going on. Okay, now this is actually pretty easy. All you got to do is find one thing, really, because look, you're trying to find, the question says, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Well, what's slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. So what do you need? You need the slope, and you need what else? The y-intercept. Look, they already give you one, don't they? You see it? Look, they already give you the y-intercept. You don't even have to figure that one out. So really all you got to do, are we listening? All you got to do is solve for the slope. So you find the slope. So really what I do, if the only reason I graphed it is just to show you that the point of the x-intercept is -5, 0. So you could have just done this without even graphing. What's the y-intercept point? It's 0, 2, isn't it? So let's find the slope. This is easy. I'll just review it. Subtract the y's from each other. Let's go the bottom one minus the top one. 2 minus 0 is 2. 0 minus -5 is +5. Okay, so it's 2/5. That was really all the work we had to do. Now you just put it all together, make it look real pretty. So y equals mx, which is 2/5 x. And what's the y-intercept again? +2. There you go. Just like that. Make sense? You didn't really have to graph it, but it was nice just to see it. What's going on? Well, that's what we did. We solved for m.
Shouldn't it be negative?
Oh, you put these points in. Well, and the b. Oh, and the 2. Gotcha, gotcha. So you took this point, stuck it in here, put the 2 in for the b. Gotcha. All right, you could do that. That's fine. Anything else? Oh, the rest of this was pretty easy. My goodness. This chapter's looking easier and easier, isn't it? You don't think so?
I'm starting to understand that.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's just got a little hard at the end with that parallel line stuff, you know, the
That was
distance
the hardest thing.
between them and the point. Now, I don't think this... Now, this, listen to me. This worksheet didn't have any problems where it said find the distance between the point and the line. Well, 25 was supposed to be that, but they forgot to tell you the line, right? So, but we did one of those, I believe, yesterday in class, didn't we? All right. I think, yeah, we did one of those yesterday in class. So there's going to be, listen, on the test tomorrow, or the quiz tomorrow, Austin, please. On the quiz tomorrow, there's going to be 2 questions. You know the questions where, like, number 22. Look at 22. See, they give you 2 lines, and they say find x so that the lines are parallel. There'll be a couple questions like that. And then there's only 5 questions on the quiz. Yeah, it's real simple. And then the last 3 problems, 3, 4, and 5, are one's gonna be like this. No, not like this. The one we did earlier, right? Where they give you the 2 parallel lines, you find the distance between them, and then you have 2 problems where you find the distance between a point and a line. All right. So we haven't gone over that quite as much here lately, but they are on YouTube. You can look at them. All right. You like this one better than the parallel lines? With the 2 parallel lines. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one's got like an extra step in there that you have to do. But we went over it yesterday. We can do one of those today if you want.
Yes.
You want to do one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, find one for me somewhere. It's not on this worksheet. Oops, forgot to record. Okay, so what have we done? Here's the 2 lines right here. Here's the distance between them. All I'm doing is finding the equation of the red line, and I'm going to find the equation of the blue line. Take those 2 equations, solve for x and y, right? Put them together, do substitution or elimination. Do substitution or elimination, and solve for x and y. So that's what I'm doing right here. So I found the slope, which is -3. Now I'm finding the y-intercept. So I'm going to take 1, 5, put them into this equation, and then solve for b. So the y is 5 equals the m, which is -3. It's an ugly looking 3. Okay. Times x, which is what? 1 plus b. 5 equals -3 plus b. What's b equal to? It's 8. So that's where it crosses, right up here at 8. Okay? So now let's put the equation all together. Y equals m, which is -3, x plus 8. Put that in a box. We hang on to it. Remember? Now let's do this line right here, the perpendicular line. Well, one thing we know is what? The slope. We know the slope is the negative reciprocal of this slope right here. Well, this slope is -3, so what's the slope of this one? It's positive 1/3. And now we know what point that this line goes through. What point does this line go through? -1, 1. So that's the point I'm using. Don't know this point yet, do I? So I can't use that. So the only point that I know is this one right here. So it's -1, 1. So let's put that all together. Y equals mx plus b. So 1 equals m times x plus b. 1 equals -1/3 plus b. Add a third. That's 3/3 plus 1/3 is what? 4/3, or 1 1/3. Did I do that right? Is that what you got? Okay. So let's write it right here. So y equals, what's the slope? 1/3 x plus 4/3. All right, there's that. Now we're back to what we were doing before when you had the parallel lines. Now you have these 2 lines, set them equal to each other, and you solve for x, and the rest is just a piece of cake now, right? So watch. It's 1/3 x plus 4/3 equals what? -3x plus 8. Doesn't matter what order you do it. The only reason I did that is so I can add it and put it on the left. So watch. Add a 3x, add a 3x, subtract a 4/3, subtract a 4/3. Let's see what I get here. This is 9/3, isn't it? 9/3 plus 1/3 is 10/3 x. That adds up to 0. That adds up to 0. Let's put this over 3. So what would that be? 24/3 minus 4/3 is 20/3. See how nice it is to keep it improper? How do you get rid of the 10/3? 3/10. They were. See how nice they are? Watch, that cancels. What's this? It's 2. So let's solve for y. Yep, let's do this quick. Let's use this one right here. So y equals -3 times 2 plus 8. Y is -6 plus 8, which is 2. And so what's my ordered pair? It's 2, 2. Now I could have just looked at the graph, but I don't always want to trust my graph though, do you? So I make sure my numbers work out right. Now what do we have to do now? Find the distance between them. So the distance, square root, between what? 2, 2 and -1, 1. So boom, plus this. Let's do this in our head. 2 minus -1 is 3, right? That's a 9. 2 minus 1, that's a 1. So it's a square root of 10. Wow, I did it. All right, square root of 10, that's your answer. We good? All right.
Bye, YouTube.
See ya.
Bye, YouTube.